Hello everyone, it's Eddie the Chump, and what do we have here? Yes, it's Modern Warfare 3. You will see a couple of gameplays. I've got a few left in my hard drive, although this is a new one. I got it yesterday, so that would be Monday night. I'm not very well. I went out and had a bit of a heavy weekend, so I'm feeling worse for wear. I've got a bit of a cold. But that's all my own fault, really, isn't it? Using the M4 with a red dot, I'd never used it before. I basically 21st Prestige, I went to 20 and then reset all my stats, as many of you will know, and I'd never used this gun really, so for obvious reasons, because I'm terrible. No, I just never really got on with it. I found it nowhere near as useful as the big three, you know, the G36, the SCAR or the ACR. I just found it, compared to those, a bit shit really. And if I was going to use a gun that isn't quite as good, that's just fun and awesome, I'd use the AK. But yeah, so that's beside the point. Seatown, with all my mates actually, we're in a full party here, we're going full rape squad. No mercy on these little noobs that I think quite a few people in this lobby are either very low level or even split screening, so it's not exactly the fairest and most intense competition you'll ever see in the world. But it's quite good fun nonetheless. So yeah, the subject for today, I've said that Modern Warfare 3 is a failed game, and I made that point twice. I made it in a Black Ops video with the HQ one, and I'm sure I've said it before, and everyone's watched my videos who's watching it now probably, so you know my opinions about stealth perks, that they're kind of necessary and things like that. And I was playing this in this game session yesterday, and this is one of the only good games that I got from about 3 hours of playing, and by the end of it I was just I was angry still. I was so angry. Don't you love it when the knife lunge just doesn't work? And the reason I get out my silence gun here is because I know they're all spawning and I see that radar, so what I want to do is stay off the radar and surprise them, which I do. Little tidbit of advice there. If you've got an MP9 silence, that's why I take a silence and not extended mags. Anyway, back to the subject. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 2 is under a month away, and I'm really excited, but at the same time, you know, I'm still apprehensive. Loads of these games that have come out, if you think about it, like Modern Warfare 2 came out and it had great hit detection and everything, but it had one-man army noob tubes. I think to a certain extent that's unavoidable. I think there's always going to be something in the game which they intended to have balance, but when it hits the real world and hits, you know, noobs, then it takes on a different sort of purpose, and that's kind of the topic of the video. Wow, it's nearly 3 minutes in. Oh no, it is 3 minutes in, I've only just got to the subject. And the subject is, the problem isn't the game, the problem is the people who play it. It doesn't matter, I've come to realise, it doesn't matter how fair and balanced you make a game, because the attitude of people who play these games is all fucking wrong, right? I don't make money from this, so I'm totally entitled to have a free and opinion, and my opinion is that most people who play these games play them utterly wrong and totally in the wrong spirit. Now that's just a personal opinion. I think that people play this game especially, Call of Duty especially, because it's on console and especially on Xbox, people play this game so casually that they never spend enough time with it to understand like just what a complete faggot you are if you sit in a corner. And by the way, I don't mean that in an anti-gay way. I'm not anti-gay at all. I just love the word. I find it really satisfying. Yeah, just what a complete fucking cunt you are if you sit in a corner with Blind Eye Assassin and you play really defensively and negatively. And it kind of, and just how much it ruins everyone's experience, because for as many games as I've got like this, you know, most of the Modern Warfare 3 videos that I've posted on this channel, I've got Moabs, I've easily got, all in all, I've got about 100 or over. Now that's not a lot for a YouTuber, but, you know, it's quite a lot, let's be honest. That's more than most people would get, and I understand that. So to have me complain is a bit nonsensical, but I'm still going to. If I've said it in the video where I was talking about the pain barrier, about COD 4 and going through it, and I just think that it's never the games, really. I mean, this game does have some trolly parts to it, you know, death streaks and stuff like that. Sure, you're giving the trolls ammunition, But they did split up Ghost Pro, right? They did look at Black Ops and go, do you know what, this is a bit of a problem. We should make them have to pay in perks, so they don't get quick draw, they don't get scavenger or sleight of hand. They just, you know, they lose out. So that is Infinity Ward attempting to balance the situation. The problem is that people don't need sleight of hand and quick draw when they're sitting in a corner, right? They don't, and it's the attitude of people who will play this game. They're so afraid of dying and doing badly because they think the little numbers mean something. Once you've played Call of Duty or any game for long enough, it stops becoming about the little numbers and becomes more about either just fun with your mates or personal performance. I know that sounds ridiculous to say that, but for me, this game really is that. I couldn't give a shit about my score anymore because I've got to the point where I've got like, well, my KD's like 3.5. Do you know what I mean? I reset my stats. Before I reset my stats, I'll be honest, I had like 100,000 kills and it was like 2.6, right? And when I reset my stats, I just used what I'd learned in the game to maximum effect, and I can easily hold a 3.5. Easily. And if I really go ultra try hard and use assault kill streaks or just the best guns in the game, I can hold a much higher KD than that. And it's just one of those things. I've played this game to the point where I go, I don't have to play like a complete twat to do well, and I don't care about my numbers enough so that I can move constantly. Yeah, and the fun of the game is not in the numbers anymore for me. It's in the joy of each gunfight. Actually, each gunfight is a new story, is a new piece of excitement, and that's why we keep playing these games. You know, because they're fun. Now, because it's so popular and so it's got such a wide base, Call of Duty, you're always going to get people who, when they're bad at something, instead of gritting their teeth and approaching it logically and going, okay, well, I'm not going to be very good because I haven't practiced. That's the principal foundation. I haven't practiced, therefore I'm not going to be very good. And then they decide to play like a complete twat because they want to protect numbers that don't mean anything. Let's be honest, this is an electronic video game. Okay, the numbers mean nothing. It doesn't matter if you've got a 5 KD. It doesn't matter at all. The only way that it could possibly matter is if you're on Optic, you know, the competitive team. If you're Scumpy, if you're someone like that. That's the only way it could ever matter at all. So my message to everyone is play the game in the right spirit, and you won't find something, especially, you know, something like Black Ops. You won't find people ghost, sleight of hand, second chance. I mean, that gets boring real fucking quick. And personally, I hope the next game doesn't have anything like that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, please like and subscribe. Go to my channel, check it out. Help it grow. Cheers.